Hey, Devin Gridley, Allfather Fitness, and today I'm going to be talking about training splits. What works, what doesn't work, what's good, what's bad, if it works for you, if it doesn't, and we're going to get into all that. I previously believe I made a video about this when I first started the channel. I did not go back and watch it. I just had the idea of putting splits out there again to better explain it because I'm sure it being a video I made when I first made the channel, it's probably pretty shitty. So I'm just going to kind of do a little remake and cover things I may or may not have covered before. First thing we're going to start off with is there's basically four training splits. There's the bro split, the upper lower split, the push pull legs, and the full body split. Now, the things that are going back and forth in the fitness industry is, which is why I originally had this idea for this video, is push pull legs and full body split. They go back and forth. People constantly are just arguing and fighting and debating over which one is better, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on it and kind of not persuade you, but more persuade you to look into it and see what's better for you, because that's really what it comes down to, what you like and what works for you and your goals that you have set. So first one we're going to talk about is the bro split. The bro split is a basically infinite day split. It's where you hit every muscle, or you hit one muscle group every single day. So on Monday you'd hit chest, and Tuesday you'd hit arms, legs, back, shoulders, whatever. You can put it whatever way you want. You can switch it up, swap it, take a rest day whenever you want, don't take one at all, whatever. Now this is notoriously known as a very bad split because the fact that you only hit the muscle once a week, and you also usually when people go and do this split, they intend to break the muscle down as much as possible, which is not always a good thing unless you do it properly. But next split we're going to talk about is the upper lower split. I myself have never done this split, but I haven't heard it talked about nearly as much as I have push pull legs and full body, but I know I like push pull legs a lot. But upper lower is pretty simplistic. You do upper, and then you do your lower, and then you do a rest, upper lower, you just go back and forth. And I myself haven't done the split, like I said. I'll get into why these splits may or may not work for you, or why they're good or bad. They're good and bad parts, basically, after I'm done explaining them. The push-pull legs is a day that you do your push movements, which I don't classify mine as it. I classify it as a push-pull legs, but in if you look at my actual program that I made for myself, it's not really a push-pull legs because I don't do all pushing movements on a I basically combine it into chest, back, and legs. And when I do with my chest, I hit chest, triceps, and shoulders. And then for back, I hit back, all my back muscles, and then my biceps. And for legs, I hit all my leg parts, my glutes, my quads, my hamstrings, and my calves. So that one's a pretty simple one. I like it how you can customize it a little bit more. But full body, you hit every single muscle in a day. And there's two ways to do this. You can either do 1 day rest, and then that's just how you go about it forever. Or you can do it a 5 day split where you do full body every single day. And I'll get into why that is probably a good or bad thing depending on what you're doing. But bro split, let's talk about what's good and bad about this one. The bad thing is you can only hit one muscle group per week. That's not a good thing at all. You want to be able to hit the muscle group not as much as possible, but enough to where you're at least stimulating it 2 times a week. And you have to find a balance between intensity and volume. And I'll get into what exactly that is later. But you can't do that with a bro split. A lot of people do the bro split in the beginning, which I'll actually agree with. I either tell people to do a bro split or a full body split for at least a month so they do it more so they can focus on compound movements. So chest day, you do your bench, and then for your back day you do pull-ups and rows, and then for legs you do deadlifts and squats. You just focus on all your compounds, and then when you go into a real program you'll already have a really good stable foundation to start on. And you can do the same thing with full body. All your muscles, they just progress at the same time. You get to focus on a bunch of different exercises, and it just allows you to have a really stable foundation when you truly start a real program. But the next one is the push-pull legs, my personal favorite. I've been doing this one the longest. I've been doing it for about a year now, and it's fantastic. I made the program myself. It's very customizable to what I need and how I'm feeling. It's just great. So I do day one is my chest day, so I'll do things like bench, and I'll do tricep exercises, and then I'll do shoulder exercises. Tuesday, I'll do my back. I'll do pull-ups, rows, any type of row, and that's really it. And I'll do biceps, obviously, so my set of curls. If you guys want to know what type of exercises I really do, I don't exactly give my program out, obviously, but I'll link up right here where a playlist for the 3 best and 3 worst exercises for each muscle group that I've listed out, and I go in depth about which exercises are good, which exercises are bad, and why they are so. But back into it, and then for legs, I'll do squat, deadlifts, and for calves, you can only do calf raises, so things like that. And then I just reset it, and then I rest on the weekends, so I have 1 to 2 rest days. I actually only hit legs 1 time a week because I have crazy leg genetics. I'm a track athlete. I have crazy big quads, even though I don't. I only train them once a week. I've always had really big legs for no reason, even before I started lifting. So yeah, I only do it once a week. Sometimes I'll do it twice if I feel like I can do something a little bit better, like maybe my deadlift was off or my squat or whatever, right? But besides that, I usually only hit legs once, and it's just I hit rest the weekends, which is nice because having the weekends off is just nice to relax, do whatever I want, go and hang out with friends, whatever. But full body, like I said, there's 2 ways to do this. You can do a 5-day split or a 3-day split. And if you do a 3-day split, you're hitting your muscles 3 times a week. But I feel like there's too much rest in between. And the reason I feel that way is when you go to the gym 3 times a week out of 7 days, it feels more like a chore to me than if I went every day. Because if I go every day, it's part of my schedule, and I don't need to hype myself up and motivate myself to go to the gym when I love to do it, because I do it every single day. Why would I want to go less, right? So full body doesn't exactly work for me that way, in the aspect that I love to go to the gym as much as possible. I like to just destroy muscle groups. I just like to grow, and I like to train really hard. And with a full body, if you do it a 5-day split, you can't train hard at all. It's impossible. You'd kill yourself within a year. Imagine training every single muscle group, at least one exercise every single day as hard as possible. Because to get good stimulus, you have to train the muscle hard. Maybe not as hard as possible, but at least hard. And doing that every single day, you would slowly decline in strength and eventually in muscle. You might see some really good gains really fast. Good thing about this is another video, the nuclei overload, I'll link it up. It's where you train every single day. If you train your full body every single day, I feel like it's a little bit much. Usually you only do one muscle group at a time, but I guess the long term it still works in the way that it is. But besides that, going 3 days a week just doesn't seem optimal to me. It seems more like a chore, and I just don't think I'd like it as much as if I just went every single day, because I do love to go. And going 5 times a day, or 5 times a week, you kind of have to train like a pussy, so I don't really like doing that either. So push-pull legs is good for me because you get to train super hard. You hit the muscle group 2 times a week, and it's way more customizable than most other plans. I've never done an upper lower. I don't think I'd like it as much, because doing exercises for your lower day would be way faster than doing for your upper day, because with your upper, you have to do bench, you have to do rows, you have to do pull-ups. Having 3 compound movements in a day is a lot of work, along with all the other necessities I need, like hitting triceps and biceps and shoulders, traps. And I think it'd just be really difficult to fit all that in one day, and then just leg day be my deadlift and squat. And calf raises, just 3 exercises, probably take me like an hour, while my upper day would take me upwards of 2-3 hours maybe, depending on what exercises I choose to do. And then bro split, I already covered. It's just bad. You can only hit 1 muscle group per week. It's not optimal for growth or strength, really. So you kind of have to, I would definitely trial and error with at least the push-pull legs and the upper lower, or not upper lower, sorry, the push-pull legs and the full body. It has to work for you. Whatever makes you happy is what works. If you like doing a bro split, keep doing a bro split. It may not be optimal, but if that's what keeps you in the gym and healthy and all that, go for it. Now, if you have specific goals in mind, if you want to be a bodybuilder, such as or you just want to have as much muscle, I don't exactly want to be a bodybuilder. I just want to have muscle, look good, be healthy. Push-pull leg does that for me, while full body I just don't think would do it as well, and haven't tried the upper lower. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make a video about it. That would be a good idea. But yeah, you just have to trial and error with what you want to do. I would, yeah, you just try for a month the full body. Try for a month for the full body. Try a month for the push pull legs, and whatever fits around your schedule. That's really important. Obviously, has to fit around your schedule. Has to make you happy, and that's really all it is. As long as you like doing it, it's gonna help you and make your life better. But if you really want to get nitty gritty and make it as best as possible, I genuinely think the push pull legs is going to be better than a full body. So sorry to all the people who do full body. I feel like it's just too much volume if you train like I do, and if you don't train like me, it's not enough, and you're not getting enough stimulus like you would with the push pull legs. But that's really all I got for this one. You know the drill. Sub, hit the bell notification, like the video if you liked it. Go watch some other videos, the ones I linked up, or I'll have on the end screen right here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.